Hey, Lester Sanders here. I'm here to support my man Zach Sweat and StruXture Academy. I'm speaking today. Today I'm going to focus on that greatness is a process and you are more than an athlete. It's one thing to push our student athletes to be great on the field of court, but it's another thing to push them to be excellent in the game of life. So I'm here to bring that balance as far as with my message to focus on the facts of sports and life. And I'm just super excited to be here today and see the work that's been taking place today. We're here trying to build student athletes to get them prepared for the field, the court, and beyond in the game of life. Peace.
What's up, student athlete world? Lester Sanders here from Canton, Ohio, home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And this is I Am Student Athlete.
So, I'm gonna bring him up. I'm gonna let him speak. Say whatever is on your heart, man. This is your floor right now, man. I truly appreciate you coming through. Everybody, please clap it up for Mr. Lester Sanders.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. All right, y'all. Give yourselves a round of applause for putting this work in. What y'all doing is investing in your future. You investing in this thing called sport that you say you like, that you serious in, that you say you serious about, but also you investing in your life. And one of the things I want to be clear on, especially for the day of facts, is that the reality is the things that you do in sport, I know from experience, all this hard work, all this focus, all these drills, all this attention to detail, it'll transfer over into the game of life. So give yourselves another round of applause, because there's somebody that's asleep right now. It's somebody that's warm and tucked up under their little sheet or covers, and they not putting the work in. But I promise you, if you make an investment, if you plant the seed of work, what's going to grow? Work. You're going to get a harvest. So you invest in today for what? Return tomorrow. I am Lester Sanders, born and raised here in Canton, Ohio. Went to Belden, Hartford, and McKinley. 2-year starter at strong safety, 94-95 season. I managed to navigate my way through the obstacles and hurdles, what it takes to grow up in the inner city. And I saw football as my vehicle to be able to overcome poverty, overcome those obstacles and hurdles. So I had what I would say a pretty good career at McKinley, walked on at Kent State University, had to get my knee scoped twice, and I hung up my cleats. We'll get into that a little bit later, but just wanted to give you a little bit of background. But my job, my assignment, the head coach said, I need you to speak on facts. So here's a fact. See, I discovered that there really are no limits to what we as human beings can achieve. It all started with a decision. I simply decided to be a better me. Seeing through the eyes of optimistic glasses, I hope that my arms reach the masses. I hope that spreading HOPE will be an antidote to you saying, I can be a better me. Despite your perfect imperfections, let your little light shine bright for the whole world to see. Adversity, whether it's everyday life or systematically, no matter what they try to stereotypically project on we. Not focused on class or socioeconomic status, not focused on GPAs, test scores, degrees, or pedigrees. You can be a better you, and I can be a better me. Now, I don't have LeBron James paper, but I still want to build your school of thought. I am a human being, I promise. Get it? I promise to uphold the name and image of the productive, resourceful, and responsible human being. I would do so by striving for personal, academic, social, and spiritual excellence, conducting myself with integrity and dignity, respecting others as if they were my brothers and sisters. I decided to be a better me, even though sometimes life is hard for me and my way is hard to see, but I believe I can do anything. You can be a better you, and I can be a better me. Ayanna Van Zandt, I did my work. Now I believe I can do anything. You can be a better you, and I can be a better me. So the number one fact is you got to believe in yourself that you can be a better you. On the count of 3, I want you to say, I can be a better me. 1, 2, 3. I can be a better me. I don't know about that, coach. Let's get it again. 1, 2, 3. I can be a better me. 1, 2, 3. I can be a better me. But the game of life is going to need you to be just as bold. because there's an offense and a defense that's trying to work against you in the game of life at the end of the day. Here's a trivia question. Just want you to think about it. What is the purpose of a huddle? Something to think about. Some of y'all probably been running the huddles, ready, break, and I'm just getting to play. But here's the formal definition of a huddle. In sports, a huddle is the action of a team gathering together, usually in a tight circle, to strategize, to motivate, or to celebrate. So I want y'all to step into this huddle, because here's the play that I'm about to call. Remember that greatness is a process, and you are more than an athlete. I'm going to let that marinate for a second. Write it down. We're going to school for about 10 minutes. Life school, sports school, fulfilling my destiny school. Greatness is a process, and you are more than an athlete. Coach Les, why do you say greatness is a process? Think of anybody who you feel is great in this game of football, and it did not happen overnight. You can go to the upper echelon in the Hall of Fame, to the middle, to the lower end. You can go to the upper echelon of Power 5 football, mid D1, D2, D3. Greatness is a process. It does not happen overnight. And what the goal, talking with Coach Zach, is we're trying to get you to embrace the process. Whether it's sport or life, there's a process that you must go through. There's a process that you must submit to. There's a process that you must commit to in order to get the desired results. One of the reasons why athletes don't get or do what they need to do is because they don't make the investments. I'm watching it too much. I'm working with McKinley football. I'm working with Alliance football, boys and girls basketball. I'm watching things across the city. I'm watching things across the county. I'm watching things across the country. The reality is we got to get focused on the process. What do I need to do from A to Z to get the results desired? And then number two, you got to see yourself as more than an athlete. I'm going to say it another way. Who are you without the ball in your hand? We can give you stats about the stints. I call athletics a stint. I don't call them careers. Because even if you did 10 years in the league over the totality of your life, that's a stint. Even if you do 4 years in college, on scholarship, full ride, that is in the totality of your life, that is a stint. So you got to see yourself and say, and listen, this thing called greatness is painful. It's uncomfortable. It's going to push you outside your comfort zone. Ask anybody who ever laced up. Ask anybody who ever strapped up. Ask anybody who ever put a mouthpiece in their mouth. This process is painful, but if you embrace it and you condition yourself for the process, you'll enjoy the process and you'll get the most out of the process. So here's how to run this play. Greatness is a process and you're more than an athlete. Number one, you have to develop a vision for your life. I need everybody to say on the count of three, vision. 1, 2, 3. Vision. Vision. You got to have a vision for yourself in sports and life, and vision is where you see yourself in the future in various areas of your life. I don't play chess. I just study it. World chess champion says he can see 15 moves ahead. That's a lot of moves. Anybody play chess in the room? Dabble with it a little bit? How many of y'all play checkers? All right. So checkers is a game I like to play, but you got to think more in chess or checkers. Yep, you got to think more in chess. So if a world champion says that I can see 15 moves ahead, let's apply that to the game of life. You can't just keep looking only 1 year ahead in your life. You can't just keep looking 6 months in your life. You got to begin to start looking 5, 10, 15 years down the road. Where do you want your life to go? Because those without vision, they say people perish. Yep, so you got to have a vision of where you want to go with your life. You got to have a vision and look listen, the business of sports, high school, college, and pros. Whether you know it or not, you're participating in a business. And you got to be a businessman. And you go to any corporation, they're going to have a company vision and mission. Do you have a vision and mission for your life? How many in middle school? All right. How many younger than middle school? How many high school? How many college? Yep. I got to have a vision. Okay, if I get the scholarship, now what do I do once I get the scholarship? If my snaps stop at high school, what do I do to transition afterwards? These are just things that we got to think about. So not only do I got to have vision for my life, I also, if we're going to say that greatness is a process, you're more than an athlete, you got to think, what type of mindset do you bring to the game? Because a vision, I can see clearly, but I got to have the right mindset to get from where I'm at to where I want to be. Mindset. Mindset is the habitual or characteristic mental attitude that determines how you interpret or respond to situations. I like the way Coach talked. I like the straightforwardness. I like the candidness. I like being straightforward with you because that's the real reality. When you playing football, last time I checked, football is a violent sport. So there's an offense that's trying to score on you. There's a defense that's trying to score on you. And also in the game of life, there are forces, offensive and defense, that's trying to stop you from reaching your destiny. Because it's bigger than you with the ball. It's about who you're going to become as a man. Who you going to become as a future father. I'm willing to bet at least 80% of the room going to be a father one day. It's somebody down the road when we're talking about having vision. There's somebody dependent on you to take care of them. Are you on a path to have a career path, or are you just taking whatever job that you got to take just to survive? There's nothing wrong with that. It's noble and legal, honest work. But when you got the time, are you on a road to a career path? And simultaneously working just as hard at that on your life outside of sports as you working in sports. Something to think about. Mindset. Do I do it? Check this out. Kendall Ficken said, here's a mindset that you got to have, that you got to adopt. Most people want what it looks like, but they don't want what it feels like. Say it again. Most people want what it looks like, but they don't want what it feels like. I say that because we live in a world of opposites. If I can't experience joy without what? Pain. I can't experience heat without what? Cold. I can't have ups without what? So I got to embrace both of them. We live in a world of good, bad, and everything in between, but if I understand that that's part of life, that's part of the process, now I can develop a strategy. Now I can look at this, have a vision, and develop the right mindset so that I can get through, over, under, or around any adversity that comes my way. Because my grandma Barbara Martin would tell you, just keep on living. You're going to run into something at the end of the day. Listen, there's a ton of possibilities out here for y'all. There's a ton of achievements out there for y'all. But the same way we prepare for them, we got to prepare for the opposition. We got to prepare for the adversity. So not only do I got to have a vision for my life, I got to have the right mindset for my life. And then here's the question. Am I putting forth the right amount of effort? You must invest the right amount of effort into sport and life. Effort is the conscious exertion of power, energy, and hard work. Here's the levels of effort. This is how I determine effort. Mediocre, average, good, great, exceptional, phenomenal. Mediocre, average, good, great, exceptional, phenomenal. Now, I don't know about you, but that don't even sound right. I don't even want my name next to mediocre. How many of you want your name next to mediocre? Nope. So the question is, you have a choice each and every day about the effort that you put into everyday life, no matter what grade you're in. You got a choice about the effort that you put inside the classroom. Because best believe, I'm telling you right now, I was a missions counselor for 2 years at the University of Mount Union, 13-time national champs. Even though it's Division III, they do the same thing when it comes to recruiting at Division II and Division I. They looking for players with 3.3s and above. Stop playing around if you're playing around in the classroom. Because they saying if you won't even invest 3.3 and above, you think you're going to just magically, it's going to happen on campus? So I'm telling y'all, that's that benchmark, 3.3 and above that you got to fight and push for. Not saying that somebody can't get in with a 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, but you in a competition. Listen, here's the facts. Is 1 million high school football players. Competition. So I'm talking about things, we talking about facts to separate ourselves from the competition. The fourth thing, coachability. Almost done. I got to have a vision for my life. I got to adopt the right mindset. I got to put forth the right effort. And then I got to be coachable. Coachability is the ability to be open to constructive feedback for use for improvement. On average, the majority of coaches is giving you information that you got to analyze. I never forget it. We play on Friday or Saturday. Sunday, we watching film. When we watching film, from the first snap we're getting graded on, all the way to the last snap. Every single play, and you got a grade for first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and that totaled your overall grade. You got to be open to be coachable. Please, don't let pride get into you to think you know it all. Because at every level you go, there's always more that you got to keep learning. Does that make sense? So vision, mindset, effort, coachability. Coach Les, why would you tell us to run this play? That greatness is a process and you are more than an athlete. Number one, success in sport and life will not just fall into your lap. Success is not going to just say, boom, boom, skip y'all, and boom, hit you. You got to put the work in for it. Listen to this. Here going to want to write down. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. If I prepare at a phenomenal level, I'll be ready for any game time adjustments I need to make. How many of y'all know from playing the sports, you can prepare all you want, but this coach saw something and he threw a different play out there and we got to adjust. Am I right or wrong? Listen, proper preparation will also help you go pro in something other than sports. Fact. Whether it's 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years, if it's pro, I've never seen a 55-year-old tailback. Here's this stat. Parents, hear this out. 7.2 million student athletes, male, female. Only 7% actually play ball in college, and only 2% of the 7% go to ncaa.org. I'm not lying to you. Only 2% get some form of money, from a little partial to half to full, only 2%. And then only 2% out of that go pro. So that's why we're saying go hard at this. Go ahead, make a gallant effort to make your dreams come true. But if you need to transition, you've already simultaneously prepared to go hard. And then now, whenever that window closes, you're able to take it into sport in the game of life. Real quick, here go a word y'all got to write, aptitude. Because if I'm going to transition into life after sports, go pro in something other than sports, you got to know what your aptitudes is. An individual or natural ability to learn or perform in given areas. There's aptitudes. I don't have enough time, but it's a word you need to Google. What's your interest? The state of wanting to know or learn more about something or someone. Concern is a feeling that accompanies or causes special attention to something. Can I keep it 100 with you? In order for you to get your paper, in order for you to get your bag, you got to know what your interests are and your aptitudes are, because those are the hidden skills that people don't discover enough of that will allow you to have a sustainable career plan. All right. Remember, vision, mindset, effort, and coachability. Coach Les, why would you tell us to run this play that greatness is a process and you are more than an athlete? I need y'all to hear this quote, and I'm going to sit on down. Winston Churchill said, "To each there comes in their life a special moment when they are figuratively tapped on the shoulder and offered a chance to do a very special thing or things unique to them and fitted to their talents. What a tragedy if that moment find them unprepared or unqualified for that which could have been their finest hour." Everything I'm trying to give you is for you to get prepared for those moments of opportunities that's going to come your way. In order to get from where you at to where you want to be, you must be prepared. I'm going to close with the words of urban poet Clifford Harris. He said, don't forget that impossible is nothing. Your environment's irrelevant. Just don't let your emotions overpower your intelligence. Refuse to give up. Your mistakes don't define you. They don't dictate where you headed. They simply remind you that time keeps ticking. Let your mind keep clicking. Never stop thinking, and beware the collisions and beware the potholes hidden in the road that you travel on your lifelong mission. Just listen. Every day is like a snapshot taken. If you live, you can learn, you can wait. Be patient. Thank y'all for letting me speak to y'all today, fellas.
Appreciate you, sir.
Likewise.